We're on. Welcome back, everybody. As promised, Justin the Breadman back with Mike Brenner, and we got Pistol Pete Loshak with us today. And first and foremost, hang in there. The NBA Odds Couple Show will be up any minute. It was a little delayed today for technical reasons, but check out the MLB Odds Couple Show. Pistol Pete and I put all our plays out there. All right, we've got one game that's over, and that was a winner for me. I had the Mets on the money line.
Man. Nice call, baby.
Yeah, it was a good one. Where are we at here? Let's see. I'm all confused now. Justin, help me out here, but let's see. All the way to the top. All the way there. Keep going. There we go. All right, Mets got it done 2-1. We got two other games. If you can just go down a little more. We got Seattle and Texas locked up at 1 apiece. Oh, the other way. I'm sorry. Up. Okay.
And I gave Oakland at -105. Look at that shit. I suck at this shit.
Come on, I want to hear that. It's the bottom of the fifth, but they better start getting some hits. That's for damn sure.
You got 4.5 innings left.
Yeah.
4.5 innings. What the fuck?
Come on, be an optimist, not a pessimist.
I'll tell you this, buddy. I'm an A's fan. Even though I grew up in the Northwest, we didn't have a professional baseball team, and all my family's from the Bay Area. And I'm a huge A's fan, but this season, last couple seasons.
Yeah, Billy Bean better work some magic, or he might be looking for a job.
They're playing the Angels is worse than Oakland this season, though, right?
I don't know.
I don't know. They Trout, but they got.
Okay, let's scroll down. We got one update that we need to let you know about. It was one of my picks. It's now canceled out. I had Nationals on the run line plus 105. Strasburg, they pulled him, and Rourke is going to be starting instead. Don't know yet. Pete, did you hear any updates on what happened with Strasburg?
Nope. All I know is I see the pitching change. The bet's canceled. That's all.
So when that occurs, you get a scratch essentially.
That's right. Unless you for run lines, always you get a push, a scratch. For totals, always get a push. For money line bets, if you indicate action, then you get the opening line of the new pitcher.
Okay.
But that's only if you indicate action. If you indicate listed pitchers, then that gets scratched off.
Great betting info for all
that
of our viewers
is
here.
Fantastic. Thanks, Pistol Pete.
Because baseball is so based around, the lines are so based around the pitchers and what's going on. So.
Yep. And that thing was -220 when Strasburg was on the mound, but now Rourke, it's started at 175 open. It's about 140, 145-ish. Bet DSI has it at -141. Another play that I like tonight, and I like it a lot, is right here. If we can scroll down a little bit. All right, I like Cleveland with Carrasco on the mound. It opened at -104. All right, it's bouncing back and forth, 108, 112.
I piggied you on that with a little shits and giggles quarter unit pick.
A little nibble and a bite.
25 bucks. I figure,
Tampa's just not strong at home. I know it's early in the season, but I think.
And I'm nibbling on that too. In our show, I gave the Tampa Bay team total under.
And which was what?
-3.5, -135.
Ooh, I like that.
So we're all kind of like nibbling. We're just too afraid to have the balls to actually bet on Cleveland.
Hold it in, trigger.
I did. I took Cleveland on the road. I bet 25 bucks.
You're taking them on a nibble. I'm taking on the Tampa Bay team total under. I'm trying to pussyfoot around, be cute here.
There you go.
And that's my big play of the day right here.
Yes, it is. Boston, he's got him on the money line, and Justin talked me into the run line. I added this. It's not in the Major League Baseball Odds Couple Show, but I added it.
We'll ask Pete what he thinks about it. See, this one for me, this is why I took this one. So it's only been a couple innings, for Kelly pitching. He's got a horrible ERA as far as his stats are concerned.
But he had a great spring.
Yeah, yes, he did.
Yeah.
So it opens up at -140, and it was all the way down to 112 at one point.
Earlier.
I got it in at 120, but it went all the way down to 112. So I was sitting there, I was thinking about it, I'm like, look at this. They're giving.
You thought it was a trap bet.
I really did, and it worked. Look, so they went down to -112, and then the public finally wised up and went back the other direction. So people are thinking they're gonna hop on that. They're just looking at the pitch, especially your casual bettor. They're just looking at the pitcher matchup, and they go, ERA of 3, or a WHIP of 3.33, and an ERA of 21 versus a guy that's got a 1.21 ERA, and a 1.12 WHIP. And blah, blah, blah. So I'm on the smart money on Baltimore. I'm on the smart money on Baltimore.
No, the smart money, the pros would say you already won. The pros would say if you got -112, and the pros say it doesn't matter what happens in the game now, you already won. And if you do that over and over again, you'll come out ahead. So a real professional bettor who did what you did would already consider himself having won and doesn't even care what happens in the game.
I like that. That's good. Another good insight there. And again, I got Boston. I'm hoping they finally crank it up tonight. Hopefully Kelly doesn't get ripped up. But Boston on the run line's paying back 165.
Well, Jimenez is definitely due for regression. I mean, he had a great first start. He's not that.
That was my whole deal with it. I'm like, look, I think the casual bettors and the books are trying to kind of trick you with it by giving a 140 a decent.
Right, underdog.
And trying to give you a 130 decent underdog on Baltimore to try to trick you into thinking that you're going to get on the smart money. And the whole public, and you see, they went all the way down to 112. Now it's coming back up. The public obviously hopped all over that. And I was like,
deal with Kelly. Kelly last year, at the beginning of the year, he predicted that he was going to win the Cy Young Award. And as soon as you hear that, instantly you know this guy's Fade City.
Yep,
this guy's
right?
Fresh this year.
Fade City.
And he had a great. And so who knows when that curse goes up? He cursed himself.
Yeah, probably for his career.
In our morning prayers, I mentioned stuff like that, but I said the Boston bats and the relievers are going to get it done today.
Well, they need to. They're definitely underachieving as of now, but. Anyway, with that being said, Cincinnati, Chicago Cubs. All right,
we had a comment and I missed it. If you want to re-comment that, it popped up, but I was too busy talking and I freaking missed it.
Yeah, please do, and tweet us at SBR Sports Picks. Let us know your thoughts on everything that's going on right now, because tonight's a big night. You got NHL playoffs kicking off.
It says bad angle. You'll call it a bad angle when I'm 6-4 today.
And also tonight is the Golden State Warriors going for the record, which I think they're going to get it done. So big night in sports in general. Kansas City and Houston, opened at 110, pretty much sitting there the whole time against KC.
Oh, camera angle. Sorry, I'm like, oh no, fuck you, buddy. I'll call you out.
He thought it was a betting angle. He was talking about a camera angle.
I thought I saw a sharp guy who I really respect on Facebook say that he likes KC tonight. He's a buyer on Ventura tonight.
Oh, really?
Just FYI.
It could be. And Feldman, when he was with Texas, he used to get roped quite a bit.
Yeah.
So anything can happen there.
I'm sick, so my brain isn't working that well.
And then we got White Sox taking on Minnesota. All right, Hughes is on the mound for Minnesota. Rodon. What do you think about Rodon? You had some insight on
Rodon is a tough one because he's one of these guys. He has nasty stuff and he has an awesome slider, but he doesn't have control and command. And in baseball pitching, if you make one awesome pitch, that doesn't matter. Pitching is about consistency, right?
Yeah.
So he's one of these guys who has for even an inning or even 2 or 3 innings, he'll look like a guy who's possibly the best pitcher in baseball.
Yeah.
But then the command goes away, the control goes away, and then it turns out he goes 5 innings, gives up 6 runs. So he's one of those guys. Is he ever going to be able to get it together? My sense is probably not, but he had a great first start to the year.
Yes, he did. Wow, good insight there, Pistol Pete. Milwaukee, St. Louis. Leak is going to be on the mound for St. Louis. Opened at 162, dropped down a little bit. Milwaukee, too inconsistent for me to jump on
that. One of my picks on the baseball show, under.
Yes.
I bet it at 8 on the overnight, but we don't do it on overnight, so I take 7.5. I'm thinking it's a bounce back spot for St. Louis.
Board is over here. Which board? Yeah, you want to see the board or you want to see
the board?
The board. This is actually a monitor. So we got the odds rolling on this monitor.
Okay, we're just going to wrap this up as far as MLB. Got San Francisco with Peavy on the mound, playing in a hitter's park, so that could be ugly for San Francisco. Who knows? Arizona and the Dodgers. Alex Wood, he was with the Braves for a while.
What do you guys think
about the Cubs?
What do you guys think about the Cubbies in the run line?
Cubbies run line. Ooh.
What's the line?
Let's
check the pitching matchup again. It's Simone. It's the pitching matchup, right? It's Simone and what?
Let's see.
Simone and Lackey, right? Is that
Lackey I think is on the mound. Let's see. There it is, right there. Yep, Lackey and Simone. Yep, Cincinnati, and run line is paying back. It's only you can get
red highlights are when we have line shifts. So you see there's different colors as far as the severity and the time frame. So it'll be red when it first happens, orange after a couple minutes, and it goes.
Yeah, the reason I don't like that run line is there's enough veteran presence on Cincinnati with Votto, Frazier, and the second baseman Phillips. They could get to Lackey because Lackey has been known to get shellacked. So I'm staying off of it. If I had to do anything, I would probably go with a regular money line, but it's a little high for my liking. So
I will say that Simone is a guy who I call him Simone because his mama calls him Simone. I'm gonna call him Simone. He wants because of that, but he's a guy who I have sort of in the high volatility category. So if I'm looking to bet against him, I usually am looking to bet on him.
Okay. Well, with that being said, let's get to NBA, Breadman.
Yeah, real quick here, for those of you who are new here, and you're just talking about the lines, SBRodds.com. That is Sam Bravo. I'm sick.
No, it's a fucking crazy time of year.
SDRodds.com. So what you can do is you actually can click these too. So if you see any movement or anything going on, different color coordination will tell you how recently the line moved. You can get the history and see where the line opened up at any particular book and where it has moved. So you can get an idea of what the public's doing.
Yep. I use that feature all the time.
There you go.
You can also get
team
matchups. So if you click either team, you get the lines, you get different matchups, and then you actually get stats on all of your last 10 games usually, and a bunch of information on the wins, losses, overs, unders, percentages, all the trends.
Yep,
so
it's good information, and a lot of people don't know about that. So utilize that tool, because again, we want to equip you with the best tools to beat your book, and that's our goal. It's our mission each and every day.
What is the damn military code for R?
I don't know. I wasn't a military guy. Sam Bravo.
That's what I said. Sam Bravo Richter. What?
Yeah, what is it? No, I don't remember.
Pistol Pete might know. Let's scroll down a little bit for NBA, Justin, if you could do some multitasking. All right, and check into the NBA Odds Couple show. It should be up by now. Hopefully it is. And get Pete and I's picks. I'm not exaggerating. Pete had 18 picks in today's show with the slate.
Some of them highly correlated.
Hoping that his 45% will move past 50 tomorrow. And you know what? I'm not going to say anything because he might just pull it off.
18 motherfucking picks, motherfucker.
Unbelievable. Okay, scrolling down, we got
You can find NHL, you can find MMA, boxing. There's all sorts of odds, all sorts of. We even sometimes say we have soccer odds, sometimes cricket and other stuff. You got all sorts of stuff here: college football, MLB, NHL, NFL, NCAA, soccer, tennis, all sorts of good stuff.
Okay, and back to the NBA slate. They got a couple games. We'll just talk about a few because some just don't make any, no difference. Indiana, Milwaukee, one of them. New Orleans and Minnesota. Now, I love Minnesota first half -5. I'm telling you, they want to get it done for the fans. And Wiggins and company, that is a good team. Look out for them with Zach LaVine next year. San Antonio and Dallas playing really Dallas, I don't know, Pete, can they get some, if they get the win, will they move up?
For Dallas, it's one of these games that's like Charlotte's game. It matters a little bit, but not a lot, and you're not sure exactly how much they actually care. Because it does matter. It doesn't mean nothing, but it doesn't mean a lot. But maybe maybe the coach and the team is like, fuck it, this means a little, so we're going to play 100%.
There you go.
You don't exactly know, so you have to make an educated guess on that one. But it does mean something for Dallas.
It's good. Anytime San Antonio's getting points, I'm jumping on because their bench is as strong as most people's starters. All right, Toronto, Brooklyn, another game has no relevance whatsoever except Brooklyn's just ready to get the hell home and drink beers. Close down the Barclays Center. That was a disaster. Orlando, Charlotte. Again, Charlotte's one of my picks. It opened at -10. Look at that, all the way down, 7.5 and 8.
And I gave it at +9. That's one of my 18 picks.
Yes, it is, Pistol Pete. I got Charlotte on the half. I'm hoping that's going to cash. And Houston is another one I got on the half, -9, but I'm not worried about it. Sacramento is playing nobody and announced today that, yes, tomorrow George Karl will not have a job. So how is that?
Forget about it.
Yeah, that doesn't bode well.
Look at that line, 15 out, 15.5.
Exactly. Unbelievable. Right. Miami at Boston. These two are battling for a spot. That's going to be a very good game. It opened up -5, pretty much sitting at 4.5 all the way across. Philadelphia, Chicago. The only relevant thing about that game is Chicago's not going to the playoffs, and I love it, baby. I love it. And again, Tom Thibodeau, he's the one who gets the last laugh at all you bulls, not the fans.
Is that the Philly competition coming up?
No, not at all. It's just I hate when teams make stupid moves, and Tom Thibodeau was doing nothing but a good job. And, as far as the ownership and the management, good for you. I'm glad you guys aren't going to the playoffs. And it's not personal against Derrick Rose. He's overrated. And I read today, Pistol Pete,
I don't
players
think he's
don't
overrated.
like Jimmy Butler.
I think he's an excellent player who just has a weak body.
Yeah, he does, and it's not his fault. But the bottom line is, if I were them, I would get out of that contract as soon as you can because he is the furthest thing from consistent.
Send him to Spain.
Atlanta, Washington. I don't know. This team's a mess. They're firing their coach also. I heard that Randy Whitman's going to be out of a job. Beal's not playing. Wall's not playing. Hell, I don't think anybody on that team wants to play. But Atlanta, they might want to show up a little and get a tune-up for the playoffs.
And if you like them, you can get them over at Heritage.
Yep.
Well, I got like 4 or 6 of my picks are involving that game. I got Washington and I got overs.
Whoa, nice.
4 or 6. Amazing.
So another part of this, guys, that when we were just talking about the odds boards too. If you can, when you click these links up here, it'll actually take you directly to the book, and then you don't have to worry about trying to get the correct suffix, after the .au or .ag or whatever.
Takes you right in there
over the last year.
Hey, another good betting tip right there. All right, a lot of books offer better lines in different sports, so you got to weigh it out.
Half points the difference between winning and losing.
There you go. Denver, Portland. Look, opened up -9.5. Obviously, it's moving in our favor because I have them on the first half. Portland -5. All right, no, excuse me, it was -5.5. I think is what it is. What I got.
I don't remember. No, I think it was 5.
Yeah, I think it was 5 actually. I like Portland. They can again move up with positioning, and Denver is a mess. Fareed is not playing. That team's pretty much shut down. Mike Malone though did a great job with what he had to work for and had to work with. And Sacramento should have never fired him. Shame on them. Clippers in Phoenix. Clippers came through last night brilliantly for me on all 3 of my picks. Nice. Had them on the half, the game, and a teaser. And sure enough, they are resting all 5 starters tonight. But Phoenix is without Tyson Chandler. He's out because of a concussion. And anybody and everybody in Phoenix is ready for this season to be over. So you never know. I'm staying off of that. Utah and the Lakers.
Look at that line move.
Of course. And I think what is reality is Houston is playing first. Okay, and when that game finishes up, matter of fact, let's see, 8:30, they might not be playing first. Can you scroll down to that Houston game?
No, those are, you see those.
Okay, good. All right, it is.
Houston plays earlier,
Central time.
Okay, Central time. All right, if Utah finds out Houston wins, then they got nothing to play for. But what I'm thinking, Pete, and I didn't mention this in the show, I think Byron Scott rallies his guys and say, look, for whatever the hell it's worth. I'm probably going to be out of a job next year, and half of you guys are too. But let's win this one for Kobe.
I mean, that certainly happens.
Yes, and I think that might happen.
Well, we have a lunchtime bet. He took Utah -6.
Yes, and somebody erased it. But
well, I mean, I was doing I was trying to do a
and you
Snapchat,
took the Lakers,
Instagram.
Right?
Well, yeah, I mean, I got the Lakers right here. That's my NBA pick of the day.
Yeah, there you
is
go.
The Lakers. +6.
I might be buying you lunch.
And I recommended earlier. See how it's moved? It's moved and it's moved and it's gone down. The public is heavy on it, which is a bad sign, I would think, at this level. But if you were earlier, I was suggesting if it was still at 5.5, buy the half point, get in at 6. It's going to cost you 10 cents.
Bet is if
telling you, everybody who got in at 6, 7, or 8 is winning that bet tonight.
Yeah, I think so. They might win it outright. And again, if Utah finds out Houston wins, they got nothing to play for. They are without their star center, Rudy Gobert, the leading shot blocker in the NBA. That's going to weigh tonight. But I think mentally, the Lakers might get up for it. Memphis, Golden State. We all know what's going on here. Memphis is a wore-out team. They put the peanut vendor and a beer vendor in a uniform last week. Those guys are even getting the night off.
This is an excellent teaser line right here. You throw a 6-point teaser, a couple of his other big ones.
Well, I thought that several times during the year. Golden State beat teams by 30 and 40, but I do think the opening line for the first half is 11, and the more I think about it, they're probably going to cover. They want to get out and just absolutely load up early and then cruise the second half. But I'm going to tune in because I said it probably 4 weeks into the season of NBA. I told Pete, I said they're going to break the Bulls record. I feel it when I saw what they were doing early out. So I think I'm going to nail that one. And again, I like it. Bulls are going to lose that.
Did Memphis beat them the other day, right?
Memphis beat them.
Oh, is that true?
No, that was Minnesota that beat them.
Yeah, Minnesota.
Was that Minnesota? I knew
Memphis took them the other day to the wire, and it was a tip-in. Last second tip-in by...
I knew it was one of those small market M names.
But tonight, I mean, they played 3 games in 4 days, Memphis. They got to gear up for the playoffs, so I don't even think Zach Randolph's going to be playing tonight. But again, way too much. I'm staying off it, but I will enjoy it as a fan.
You don't think they'll try to actually play spoiler? Because sometimes they're like, you know what, fuck it.
There's only one player that said he wants to. That's Matt Barnes. Everybody else from Memphis, I think they're just ready to go home. So with that being said, before we close out, Pistol Pete, you got any thoughts to leave our viewers with?
Not really. If Washington, I'm like all in on Washington. I just need.
You're all in on everything. You got 18 bets.
I need Washington to explode offensively. Hopefully, Atlanta will be like looking forward to the playoffs and be like, all right, we'll put up our threes and hit them, but we won't play too much defense here. Hopefully, it'll be a close, high-scoring game, and then I'm good.
Yeah, I think overs will cover today because who wants to play defense, especially in a game that doesn't matter?
And if you guys weren't, those of you who tune in now, all of us have a little bit of action going on in this game right here.
Yep, we sure do.
We're all hoping Carrasco has a bounce-back spark.
Yep.
And if Carrasco gets hit again, we're all going to look stupid in slightly different ways.
Okay, but we'll come in and make excuses for it. How about that?
Mr. Excuses. That's my new nickname.
All right, guys, with that being said, thanks for tuning in. Tweet us at SBR Sports Picks, and most importantly, bet responsibly, beat your book, and build that bank. I'm out of here. Thanks, Breadman. Thanks, Pistol Pete.
Okay, thanks, Breadman.